What it do, fam? It's Eman here. Happy New Comic Book Day today. I'm in front of my LCS, the comic shop here in San Leandro, California. And today we're picking up our new comic books. Let's go see what they have for me. What does everyone think about Flashpoint Beyond? Ooh, new Aftershock book. There's something wrong with Patrick Todd. Twig. All right, James, are you gonna do us good with this one?
Hey, how you doing?
I picked up my comics. I'm on my way home. Let's see what I picked up. Roll that intro. What's going on, everyone? It's Eman here from Eman's World of Geek and the C-List Villains, and today we're talking New Comic Book Day haul for July 6, 2022. Now, before we get started, do me a favor, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that way you guys get notified anytime I drop any one of these new videos. Happy New Comic Book Day to everyone out there. I'm hoping that your pull list was full and then it was emptied out. I hear wallets were crying this week because there was so much content. So I'm hoping that everyone was able to get everything they needed, including all 475,000 variant copies of Batman 125. I'm sure you guys got one of them. Make sure to head on over to your favorite online shop and pick up that variant that you're looking out for, because this Batman 125 seems hot. Thank you guys so much for coming by and hanging out. I'm going to be sharing with you what I picked up for today's New Comic Book Day. This week was a little bit of a small week for me. I had to put some books back just because, just right now I'm at that point where I'm like, you know what, let me just wait and see what some people say about some of these books before I start introducing new stories in my life. Some of the books that I picked up over the last month that have been kind of like, and some of them have ended recently, so this week's stack is smaller than normal. But I'm really looking forward to reading these, including the 3 weeks worth of comics that I haven't fully read. It's all right, though. It's all right because I have a vacation that's coming up, so that just tells me that I have a whole lot of reading to catch up on, and I might be leaving some comic books in Mexico because that's where I'm going for the locals to just enjoy and see what happens. Just start, just dropping comics here and there, and let's see what anyone and everyone says about that. Let me go ahead and say what's going on to some of my folks here in the chat. Chop and Drop 2013, my boy. Happy New Comic Book Day, comic book fam. Thanks for showing up, bro. I'm glad that you're here. Dan, Blue Hellion Comics, happy New Comic Book Day. All is well. All is well, Dan. Everything is well whenever you show up. Only once, TJ. I don't know what's up. Oh, what's that vacant? Hi, pretty lady. Hi. She texted me earlier and I just couldn't really pick up. So. Well, anyway, you guys, I'm just gonna share with you guys today some books that I picked. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let me do this because I need to add some music. Because you guys know how I get. I kind of like that background music while I do this. Here we go. There we go. Stream Beats. You're looking for copyright-free music. Stream Beats. That's your guys right there. That's what you want to use. Harris Heller said that I can use it, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Eman, starting a revolution. Una revolución. Well, I hope that you guys picked up your books today. I'm hoping that whatever books you picked up make you happy-ish. Whatever book you pick up, it better be making you happy. You guys are spending $3-4 on comic books, so they better give you that joy for those 8 minutes that you're reading them right there. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and share with you what my little haul is for this week. Again, I didn't really pick up too much, but I'm really excited to get into these books right here. So let's go ahead and get started. Number one, Basilisk number 9. This is Cullen Bunn and Jonas Scharf's final arc to the Basilisk book. So now we know what's going on with the Chimera. Now we know what's going on with the main characters. Now this is going to start wrapping up, and I believe it's going to go another 4 or 5 issues before Cullen Bunn and Jonas Scharf and Basilisk, which has been one of the more fascinating reads over the last year. They did a solid with this one, and I'm sad to see it go, but I'm hoping that we're going to get a solid ending. I have a feeling that Cullen Bunn's going to be able to stick the landing on this one right here. The absolutely adorable Twig. Anybody reading Twig out there? Anybody reading? This is the cutest book in the world. I absolutely love Twig. I love the little adventure he's going on. Scotty Young is doing an amazing, like, you can never go wrong with Scotty Young's art. And his art and the personality with Twig in this almost Lord of the Rings type adventure is super fun. I really can't wait to dig into this. I'm trying to get the kids to read Twig. I have the cover A, so I'm not worried about, fingerprints or anything like that. I get more joy if the other kids, not the other kids, but if the kids in the house actually can share a comic book adventure with me, so I'm crossing my fingers that I can convince them. Little Monsters, Jeff Lemire, Dustin Nguyen. I don't know, because I didn't read the last one. Sorry. I don't have anything to say about this one just yet, but I absolutely love the first 3 issues of Little Monsters. I'm of course I need to read number 4 before understanding what happened in number 5. I want to say that there's one more issue left in this run right here. I think there's I believe this is a 6-issue run, and it's starting to wrap up. So let's see what happened with the kids. The kids found out about thirst. They found out about blood, and they figured out that that's what helps quench that thirst. And I like that idea of these little vampire kids just really not knowing what's going on, and then all of a sudden, oh, this isn't bad. Maybe it's bad killing, but the blood's okay. And I like that almost innocence behind the vampire kids. That's what I really like about Little Monster. So I don't know what happened in the last issue. I definitely don't know what's going to happen in this issue, but I am looking forward to it because you guys know that Jeff Lemire is one of my favorite writers right now. So can't wait to dig into this one right here. And speaking about favorites, you guys know Once in Future number 27. You cannot. I really wish there were more people reading Once in Future. This is one of the most fun I've had reading any comic book ever. It just, like I've mentioned before, it's an upside down world. It's Stranger Things with Arthur and Camelot and that lore right there, and then you have Robin Hood coming in, and this is a whole cluster F of just English fantasy and folklore wrapped up into this pretty package that Dan Mora's art on this. If you guys love your art, you need to at least pick this one up for the art. If you're looking for writing, Kieran Gillen is doing a fantastic job of continuing on the adventure of Duncan, Gran, and Rose to see how they could stop Arthur from, completely destroying England. One of the best reads. I absolutely love it. And I'm glad to see that there's no ending to this yet. So it's ongoing until it's not ongoing. And when the day ends, I will be sad. Saga. Come on. Who doesn't love Saga? Saga is one of the best reads out there. If you're going to have your heart broken, because of Saga. I'm happy that Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples are back together working on this masterpiece right here. Shadow Service. I read the last issue and I really did enjoy it. She found out a little bit more about her history as to how she became a witch, and now everybody wants, pretty much they want her head. That's really all I can tell you about that. Magic: The Gathering. I did not read the last couple of issues, and I didn't finish the last Planeswalker issue. So there's a side story with the hidden Planeswalkers where they found out that there's a Planeswalker in the realm, but they're not like a leader, which matters because if you're a Planeswalker in this world, you're also a leader of that particular faction. So I want to read more about this. This is one of the best. Between this and Once in Future, I think is, in my opinion, are two of the best fantasy books that are out there. Again, and I've said it many times before, you don't have to play the game to understand Magic the Gathering. This is a book that you do have to start from the very beginning. The arcs do continue on and whatnot, right? But you do need to start, I believe that you need to start with number one to really understand what's going on. With 16 issues in, get the trades. Highly recommended. This is Jed MacKay right here. So if you guys are following Jed MacKay and what he's doing with Moon Knight, in my opinion, I think his writing is better here. So if you like his writing in Moon Knight, check out Magic. Magic is one of the best things out there. Shop Forward Comic, my boy Shop is up in the house. What's going on, Shop? Thanks for coming through and hanging out with me, brother. I really appreciate it. And then I mentioned it earlier, but of course, everyone, I'm thinking 99.75% of the community out there is going to have this on their list. And I'm talking about Batman number 125. A new era begins. Chip Zdarsky is now right. We know Joshua Williamson just stepped in for 5 or 6 issues just to kind of fill the hole until Zdarsky came in. And apparently there is major issues that happen in this one right here. We're gonna lose someone, but maybe get introduced to 10 more someones for a possible future first appearance. There's a lot of first appearances happening in this, so all those collectors out there, I know you guys are gonna look for those 500 print runs and 1,000 print runs, just low print runs of this book right here, because something happens. Someone important. Well, I don't want to say important, someone major in the Batman realm. So, and then if anything, if we're picking up for art, Jorge Jimenez has already secured himself as one of the best Batman artists out there, at least of this generation. I'm not going to shun any of the previous Batman artists, but now it's like, anytime I see Jorge Jimenez on a Batman, that's all I really want to see, because his panels are absolutely fantastic, beautifully drawn. He's got crazy angles, and of course, Batman when he's up in the rafters and he's swinging through the town, Jorge Jimenez gets the perfect shot. So whenever he draws Batman in the air, it's gorgeous. So pick it up. You have to pick it up. If you didn't pick it up today, I hope that this weekend you go out for your second round and start picking up the books that you have to have in your collection, because you have to have all of these right here, you guys. Well, that's it, you guys. That's really all I picked up this week. Only about 8 books. Again, I still have a little bit of a backlog that I need to go through. A little bit of a backlog is about that much. I'm pretty sure Mimi's in the room like, what's going on with all these comics? They're not put. There's quite a few comics I didn't put away, and I need to. I have time. I should be doing. A matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do right now. As soon as I'm done with it, I'm going to go upstairs and start rearranging my comics. TM, hey Eman, thanks for coming through, brother. I really appreciate it. Here at the very end, everyone's saying what it do. Look at that. TM's in the house. Well, that's it for my new comic book day haul, you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. Thanks to people in the chat for coming by and hanging out with me. Now, remember, I co-host the C-List Villain Show with AJ, Luke, and Red every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time on our channel, the C-List Villains Podcast. And down in the description below, we have a merch shop. That's right, the C-List Villains now have our own merch out there for you to purchase. So if you want to support the C-List Villains, RKFA Comics, C-List Villainous Red has his logo now, and he's got his shirts. And then of course C-List Eman, I have shirts out there, men, women, sweaters. Go down, support the shows, help us out with that right there. And thanks for giving us the motivation, you guys. We really appreciate it. All right. Well, that's it for today's show. Thanks for everyone who showed up. Until the next issue, deuces.
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the C-List Villains Podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at clistvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail or text us at 209-975-7597. Be sure to join Luke Week's Facebook group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics. And you can follow us on our two Instagram accounts, C-List Villains and C-List Villains Podcast. Lastly, follow the villains on their separate IG accounts, at Luke Weeks, at C-List Villainous Red, at C-List Eman, and I am at AJ the Comic Collector. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next episode.